President Obasanjo is somebody I respect very much, but he also knows that I know a couple of things about him that other Nigerians don't know.
Like what?
When he conspired with, I believe, who was the Senate president there now, it was an electoral act where they agreed that they doctored an act that was passed by the National Assembly and changed one or two words to give it a different meaning, including a provision that if a candidate dies, INEC can postpone election indefinitely. So people say they should put 6 months, say no, subject to the discretion of INEC. And that INEC was, who was the chairman of INEC that time?
Professor Maurice.
Yeah. I went to President Obasanjo as president of NLC, and I said, sir, you will not be able to fix all of Nigeria's problems. No what government can. But there's something you can do. I believe you should commit yourself to laying a solid political substructure on which a future democracy will be built. But if you start playing with the foundation, I fear for the future. And they say, no, Adam, trust me, I will not do as well as I say, that is the problem. The future is not about you. You will not be the last president. You may be the first one since 1999, but certainly you will be the last. So we must create a situation in which, regardless of who comes in, the system will tame the person. He failed on that. And Nigerians fail to acknowledge this thing about President Obasanjo's alleged third term bid, sharing money to legislatures. I was at Obasanjo's 80th birthday when he told Bukola Saraki, when Saraki said that he thanked God that Obasanjo removed it the way he did. Otherwise, he would have got to Kwara State to contest and become governor, and now subsequently Senate president. President Obasanjo said to him on the occasion of his 80th birthday in Lagos that when he was president, he said to Bukola, nobody can become governor in Nigeria unless I agree. He said, I only allow you, you are not the only one, I also allow Ogusoye, also the governor of Olagusoye. Because having retired him prematurely because he was already politically exposed, he just compensated him, asked him to go to Oshua and be governor there. A man who allocated governorship, he doesn't have any moral basis to sermonize about democracy. And when they behave like that in office, they forget that one day they will be there. Now, my dear friend Peter Obi knows that I have personal respect for him. When I was governor, I invited him, and he honored me by coming to Edo to commission some of the red roof schools we were building to restore some integrity to basic education. However, I heard him now talking about the number of people who vote in an election. Now, Shehu, Google, how many people voted in Anambra that made my dear friend Peter Obi to become the governor of Anambra State? We're talking about Nigeria voting population being 30%, 25%, or whatever. Is this still governed by opinion, or are they governed by express provision, either in the Nigeria Constitution or subsequent enactment by the National Assembly? Elections are conducted based on. Now, let me even ask you, is it possible for two people to win an election? Obi went to court, say he won the election. I think we went to court, say he won the election. One of them must be lying, ab initio. Can two people validly win one election that require one person? And so when you parade people who have bitterness, here is President Obasanjo, who, because the Lagos State governor, now president, decided to create local governments and argued that local government should be autonomous. President Obasanjo withheld the allocation to Lagos State for all of his tenure. And even after Supreme Court ordered him to release the money, he refused. It's on history. He took his exit from office, which he conducted under a policy of do or die politics. It's a record, video and print, that God-fearing President Yar'Adua is just unfortunate that each time you have a guy who have a heart of gold to bail us out, something happened. Just like what happened to Abiola. Yar'Adua, after 2 years, he died. It was Yar'Adua who released the money that to Lagos State government, because Obasanjo was determined to cripple Lagos.